We use it every single day. Car seat. Okay, here's the thing. If you're going between one or the other, you don't need both. For our next baby or babies, is it overpriced? Potentially, but we do love it. I did see some very concerning recalls. Put me in eco-friendly jail, I don't care. I have a confession. I feel really guilty about what I'm about to say about that. Something that I would absolutely put on the registry again is hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing super duper well. As you guys know, my daughter recently turned 1 year old and I see a lot of people going back to their registries after 1 year to give their thoughts on things. Would they purchase it again? Were they happy to have it? Would they not waste their money on it? And hopefully this video is going up during a lot of the Black Friday sale, so if you're wondering about some of these things I'm about to talk about, you could save some coin. So I'll make sure to leave everything that I mentioned linked down below so that it's really easy to find. But if you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Mac. My husband's name is Jack. Yes, Mac and Jack. And we went on a 3 to 4 year infertility journey to get our miracle daughter here with us. I have an entire playlist on my channel if you want to binge those videos. It was a wild ride and we're so grateful to be here today. If you like these types of videos or just day in the life vlogs as a young family, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. My Instagram is also linked down below. And without further ado, let's get into these. I'll start with my Babylist registry. I was registered on Babylist and Amazon. The Babylist bottle box, although we personally didn't use it, I think we used one bottle once or something. I exclusively breastfed, but that's just how the cookie crumbled for us. I would have been really happy to have this box though if we went down the pumping or formula route, because every baby's different and every baby has very different preferences on what kind of binkies they want or what kind of bottles they want. So to have this variety would have been really nice to already have in the house. Some sort of food or eating set. I had the AEIOU one and one of you guys gifted that to me and that was so sweet. We use it every single day. Every day still in this house. It's so good. The spoons, the bowls, the plate especially. She also drank out of the straw cup as she was learning to drink through a straw. Highly recommend, and it's something that kind of creeps up pretty quickly and we were happy to have that on hand. Okay, a high chair mat or like a mat to go under the high chair. I saw my friend Abby say this and I totally agree. It's so cute. The one that I had like florals on it and stuff. It's adorable, but knowing now and like seeing her eat, I would be having to clean that was under the high chair and also the floor around it. And so if I'm already like cleaning something, why would I use a mat and not the floor, assuming that you're not feeding your baby on a carpeted area? So yeah, it's cute, but you're going to be cleaning the surface underneath the high chair anyway, so it didn't really make sense. Okay, so I had a baby bottle drying rack as well as a sterilizer / dryer. I would say if you're going between one or the other, you don't need both, but I had the baby Brezza sterilizer / dryer on my registry, and I know a lot of people at the time did as well, but looking back, I would put this on my registry because again, if we ended up doing bottles, this would have been so good. And I know a lot of parents share that opinion. However, nowadays there are washers, sterilizers, and dryers all in one. And this video is not sponsored, but I did work with Papa Blick on their all-in-one unit that does all of those things. I've tested it multiple times and I'm so happy to have that for our next baby or babies. Because if it's only a sterilizer and dryer like this baby Brezza, you still have to wash the baby bottles and then put them in. It still gives you a peace of mind that they're going to then be sterilized and completely dried, so that's nice. But having something that washes them also, you just got to put them in and forget it. You don't have to wait for like a full dishwasher to run it or anything like that. Plus, I don't know about you guys, but our dishwasher, no matter like what kind of drying cycle we put it on, it's still not going to be completely dry and it's still going to have spots. And especially in the early days, making sure that they're sterilized and completely dry was a peace of mind that I needed. So yeah, that's my take on that. If I had a machine like this again on a registry, I would make sure that it's an all-in-one, and I'll leave the one that I really like linked down below. The Skip Hop Wipe Clean Changing Pad. We put this on there as opposed to the Kikaroo because it is so much less expensive and it essentially does the exact same thing. Not essentially, it does the exact same thing. The Skip Hop one used to just come in a gray color and now they have an oat color. So it has that hue, that aesthetic trick that we were looking for anyway. It's wipeable. We use it every single day, multiple times a day still. And for us personally, I would never, looking back and now looking at today, go with something that is not wipeable if I can help it. The amount of times that she has peed in the middle of changing her diaper, I literally, and if I had to like then take off a sheet type of thing or take off a layer and then have to do laundry, or just it becomes another task to do, rather than just wipe it up, everything is clean and you're totally good. I think those extra steps of like changing out the like cover and putting in the wash just would have done me in. So highly recommend. So good. Love, love, love. Carriers. Okay, I feel very passionate about carriers, but it's probably only because we had a Velcro baby from the very beginning who would only nap in carriers. So this is again one of those things that you don't know what your baby's going to prefer. Some babies love sleeping in the bassinet for naps and their night sleep. Some babies love sleeping in the carrier. Some babies hate the carrier. So the two carriers that we had on our registry were the Ergo Baby Embrace carrier, and that was so comfortable when she was itty bitty. But when she started growing a little bit more, getting a little bit heavier, it's so comfortable and so stretchy and clothy that it just kind of started to hurt our backs a little bit more versus a structured carrier. And that brings me to our more structured carrier, the Baby Bjorn Harmony. We used both of these. I would say we got more use out of the Harmony because it's more structured, like I said. It saved our backs. We loved it. But I probably wouldn't have started out with it. You can. It has a newborn setting. It's totally fine. But I loved the Ergo Baby more stretchy material one because it was one step up from a sling. It had some buckles. It had a little bit more support and it was very comfy. So that became like a around the house type of carrier, just really comfy. And the more structured one, we could do walks. It gave us more support when she was taking 2-hour naps with us and we literally had to hold her for like 2 hours. So if I were to go back, I would still probably put both on. And now knowing how much I appreciate a structured, comfortable carrier, I might actually spring for an Artipop carrier. I know a lot of people are passionate about their Artipop carriers. Please leave your opinion, if you have an Artipop carrier, about them down below. I see a lot of people saying that they're worth it, and I can see that being something that I gift myself for our next kiddo. The Baby Bjorn Bouncer. It's so cute. I'm so glad we have it, and yes, I did get use out of it when she did start letting me put her down, but for not very long. So if you're personally purchasing this, I would go with something that's just a little bit more affordable. They grow out of things so quickly, and I know that there's a really cute one that people like on Amazon. I am glad that we have something like this, something to put the baby in around the house that you can kind of drag around the house with you. But again, if I was purchasing it myself, there are more economical options that I would probably go for. Car seat. Okay, here's the thing about car seats. They're so stressful to research. Why are they so stressful to research? I don't know. There's just so many different options and like configurations that you can do. The one that we went with was the Nuna Pippa RX infant car seat. And the thing about infant car seats is that they'll only go up to a certain like weight limit or height limit, and then you have to switch over to your big girl car seat or probably a convertible car seat of some sort. So I know a lot of people will go with that convertible car seat that can bring them all the way from newbornhood up to toddlerhood and childhood. The thing that drew me to doing an infant car seat is the fact that I can click it into a base and click it out of a base, which did indeed serve its purpose sometimes, but I was not personally bringing her shopping a ton or with me a ton where I was clicking her in and out. It was more so when we would go to relatives' house and we would like click her out to bring her inside, but we could have easily picked her up to bring her inside too. And she honestly is just not a car seat baby. If you are not new here, you do know that. It's caused mom a lot of stress. So looking back, I wish I would have just looked at our lifestyle more and realistically what we would most likely be using the car seat for, because I would have realized again that I'm not going a ton of places by myself where I have to click her in and click her out. I don't have another kiddo that needs to go to activities, so clicking her in, clicking her out, like it just didn't serve what it needed to, if that makes sense. And also, I think the convertible car seat, or the one that we ended up switching to, is more comfortable in general for her. Could have been her age, she could have been growing out of her fussiness in the car, or generally it looks honestly a lot more comfortable. But if I had to do it all over again, and I might do it for our next babe, I might get the Duna instead. That's the thing, that is a stroller and a car seat combo, and knowing how long that really does last, it would last almost like up to a year or something like that, because you can leave it in the car as a car seat, you can still click it out and it just folds out into a stroller totally fine. And I know a lot of parents love it, so having kind of an all-in-one option sounds really attractive. And the reason I didn't go with something like that is because it seemed like, oh, she's gonna grow out of that in a year or so. Well, she grew out of this one too, so like that logic didn't really add up. But there's so many options, so I give past Mac a little bit of grace with that because it just gets overwhelming. So to sum up for us, I would just go with a convertible car seat off the bat, or something like the Duna, and call it a day. The Newton Baby breathable mattress. Is it overpriced? Potentially, but we do love it, and I would put it on the registry again. I will say there is a lot of mattresses on the market that are a lot less money that are still considered breathable. So I will say that, but I don't have regrets. This was a gift though. I didn't spend my own money on it, so it's probably why I don't have as many regrets. But again, we do love it, and I would put it on again. The Hatch sound machine. We still use that every day. It has so much content on its app too, like stories that she recognizes and characters that she recognizes now, like Alejandro the caterpillar. She loves that series. So between the music and the womb sounds and the hushing and just the regular sound machine, we used all of that, and then we moved into more of the stories as she got older. But I will say I did see some very concerning like recalls on the first generation Hatch machine. We have the second one, have had no issues with it. However, I will be fully transparent with you, we did move it into our room because I wasn't able to sleep at night knowing that they were having issues with that first generation. So she has a regular sound machine in her room now, and now we have the Hatch machine in ours. So I hope they fix their stuff, because I don't know if I would put it on again, but I was happy to have it while it lasted. Some sort of activity center or jumper. My mom ended up getting the Skip Hop activity center for her place, and she liked it for a quick second. We tried it multiple times, but my baby personally was just always interested in being held, being on the move, or not being contained in any way. But you don't know. You just don't know how your baby's going to be, and it was really fun to have her try this and be interested in it, and I know a lot of babies like it, so I would still put it on the registry. And our stroller. Here's the thing about our stroller. We went with the UPPAbaby Vista 2, and do I regret it? It's hard to say. Here's the situation. Our baby also did not end up liking the stroller. No, she did not. We're still kind of introducing her to the stroller and hoping someday it just sticks. So would I go with a stroller or a stroller system that this one is, that is $1,000 again? No, I wouldn't. However, I don't blame past Mac, because past Mac had gone through 3 to 4 years of infertility in order to get her miracle baby here. And I remember justifying it by saying that I freaking deserve the stroller that I've been dreaming about for years. So I don't blame past Mac, and I think she freaking deserved the stroller that she wanted. However, if I was spending my own money on it right now, not knowing what your baby's preferences are, and knowing that all strollers that have decent reviews have wheels and can get you from point A to point B and hold your baby and have straps so they don't fall out, I would probably go with a Graco or a Chico or something like that. I find that those brands are just so tried and true at the end of the day too. They've been making baby products for years, like so much longer, and they know what parents want and they know what babies want. So I probably would go with something like that. And those are my thoughts on the stroller. Something that doesn't seem like a big deal, or something you might not even think about putting on your registry: packing cubes. Put 2 on there. We use these packing cubes so often. I see that they are on sale for Black Friday. They're down from $25 to $14. I might grab myself a second set. We use these all the time. I don't know how we functioned without them, packing for anything. And for me, they serve multiple purposes. So if we're going for a little overnight or a trip or something, we use them. But I also use some of the smaller ones in a tote bag as my diaper bag. I never put a diaper bag on the registry. I had so many totes and just over the shoulder type of bags that I knew could fit diapers, wipes, etc. So I wanted to see how those would work out. And I love it even more. I truly just have an open tote, so I can easily open it, grab what I need to grab, and especially with having things in little pouches to organize it a little bit better. It is so easy for me to find stuff, and I can see with a diaper bag that has so many different compartments, getting something out of the diaper bag seems a little harder than just having a tote with some pouches in there. So highly recommend, put 2 sets on there. They're so good. Clothing in general. The main reason why we put any clothing on the registry was honestly just to give people an idea of kind of the colors that we're going with, that we like for baby girl. They didn't know that oh my gosh, they didn't know that she was a girl until these baby showers. So I had very neutral, gender neutral colors on here, so I didn't give anything away. Lots of sages, lots of deep blues, and yeah, that was so funny. I forgot I did that. But yeah, it was generally just to give like people an idea of types of clothing to look for, but I knew that we would probably be getting so many different clothes leading up to it from people at the baby shower, so I didn't want to double up on anything. I wanted to have the baby shower first and then really look at all the different sizes. We had all of the different types of clothes, warm weather, cold weather, before we just purchased what we still needed. And I would do that again. I would use that system again because we definitely got more clothes than expected at our showers, and I would have just had to do a bunch of returns that I didn't have to do. So that was nice. Bathing. The things that we still use today, hooded towels, are they necessary? No, but they are her bath towels and we really liked them. So we have a set of hooded towels we still use. And the Angel Care baby bath, we used it probably too long. I loved that thing. I loved the recline of it. I love that it has holes in the bottom. I love that it was so easy to just rinse off because there was just no pieces to it. It's just an all-in-one thing that is wipeable, rinsable. It's comfy. She liked it. We used it up until we really couldn't fit her in it anymore. Highly recommend that. It is worth the hype. And it's only 20 bucks. Diapering. Our diaper caddy, yes. The Bordeaux butt paste, absolutely. For diaper rashes, 100%. Diapers in general, absolutely, yes. They are such a cost saver when people bring diapers, and just all different sizes. I put a variety of different sizes on there, and it saved us a lot of money knowing how much diapers cost now. That and baby wipes. Yes to the baby wipes, yes to the diapers. We didn't do a wipe warmer, but something that I would absolutely put on the registry again is the Ubi baby wipes weighted dispenser. You just open up a pack of wipes, you stick the wipes in there, and it's got a little weight on the bottom or the top or wherever, so that you're not wrestling with the wipe package. So good. So good. Use it still every day. Amazing. And we went with the Ubi diaper pail versus the Diaper Genie, and we have no regrets. We love that thing. The main reason that we went with this one versus the Diaper Genie is because you can use your own trash bags in the Ubi, but you have to use the Diaper Genie's branded bags for the Diaper Genie. And I bet you that has saved us a lot of money because we used to have a litter genie, and having to buy those packages of things, they're always more than trash bags, and we just use trash bags in our Ubi. Absolutely love it. While I'm still on diapers, this item I'm about to say wasn't on our registry, but it is something that I would put on there if I was doing this all over again, and it's a travel sort of fold out diaper changing pad thing. My cousin got it for me when she got us our diaper caddy, and we use that. It's basically just our diaper bag that we keep in the car. It's got a couple compartments for wipes and a few diapers, and it folds out into a changing pad. It's compact, it's incredible. It's just always in the car, so we always know that we have changing supplies if we need it already in the car for us. Fur cloths are an absolute must. People say to get like 1,000 packs of them. We just got 2. I got some pink ombre ones just because they're so cute, and it was a pack of 10. And then I got just some white ones, and those were a pack of 12. So just those 2 packs ended up being more than enough for us. Our baby monitor. Okay, I have a confession. I feel really guilty about what I'm about to say about that, because in the early months I would get so many messages about our baby monitor and if we like it, would we recommend it, etc. We went with, which one was it? We went with the Eufy Security Space View video baby monitor situation, and for the first few months it was incredible. No issues at all. We went with a non-Wi-Fi one, which I would still do again. I would still do a non-Wi-Fi monitor, but at the time it was very highly rated. However, looking at it right now, it's only got 3.5 stars, so that's interesting. It just absolutely crapped out. Just one day would not connect, and I would look at the monitor and it would say baby monitor not connected, and then you have to spend like 20 minutes just plugging it out, plugging it back in, hoping that one time it'll work, and it does eventually, but you don't know how long it's going to take until it does that. And to top it all off, their customer service is an absolute nightmare. We did end up getting sent a brand new camera from them for free, but I'm convinced it is only because my husband is in data insecurity and he knew how to finagle, or he knew how to speak to these people to explain that he's literally tried everything. There was a software update that was so hard to find at a certain point that he had to download, and it ended up working again for a little bit, but then crapped out again. So he knew all the techie stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's how he was able to finagle with their customer service to get one, but I have heard that people just end up not getting it replaced. So no, don't get it. And I feel really bad for everyone that I said, yeah, we love it, it's so good, because we did for the first few months. We really did, I promise you. But I sent this other one that I saw on TikTok of a mom saying it's a Bluetooth, it's not a Wi-Fi, it's by Mom Cozy, and she absolutely loves that one. So I think if it craps out on us one more time, we'll just end up going with that one or something similar that's highly rated. An electric nail file. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I see people crapping on first-time moms for doing an electric nail file versus just taking a regular nail clipper to their newborn's like fingernails. But stop. If you had this during the time when you had a newborn, you would probably appreciate it too. We're learning. Let us learn. Let us be comfy with filing our baby's nails. So yes, we use it still to this day on our toddler because it has different like heads to it as their nails grow and become more strong. Okay, rapid fire on the like pharmaceutical health type of things. A thermometer, yes, but not one that is non-touch. It's not very accurate. I would go with one that you can stick under their arm, because I found that I ended up going with those ones anyway to get a true reading. And the things that I am so happy that I already had on hand versus making a late night run to Walgreens too when we ended up needing them. Infant Tylenol, the Boogie Nasal Saline Mist, so good. Still use it to this day when she gets a little cold. Probiotic drops, gas drops. We ended up just using the gas drops, but I'm glad we had both. And gripe water. We didn't end up using the gripe water, but again, I just saw so many moms recommending these things for if your baby's tummy is upset, etc. So I'm just glad that we had them. And vitamin D drops. They give you vitamin D at the hospital, but the vitamin D that they give you and the amount that you have to give your baby was crazy, whereas these drops that I had on my Registry, it's truly just a single drop to put in her mouth versus a full syringe of something to get her vitamin D. It's just more concentrated, and it made the process a lot simpler. Swaddles. The Halo Sleep Sack Swaddle. Get 5 of them. No, just get 2 of them. They came highly recommended by people on the interwebs as well as you guys in the community. Highly recommended. They were her favorite. And if you're confused because there are so many options out there, it essentially is just a normal sleep sack, like with her arms out, except it has a Velcro swaddle that when they're little, you can keep her arms in and swaddle her. But when she's ready to transition out of a swaddle, this makes it very easy. They are mowing or doing leaves right outside the window, and I'm so sorry about that. But when the time came, I was so happy that we went with this when she was an itty bitty newborn to be her swaddle, because she was already used to it. We didn't have to put her in anything really different. And when it was time to transition her out into a regular sleep sack, we just did one arm out for a night or two and then the other arm out for a night or two. Slowly but surely over the nights, just loosened that swaddle part a little bit so she got used to kind of less compression on her body, and it made the transition really, really nice. It really did. I will be using them for our next babes for sure. A crib mobile. It's cute. It's cute. That's about all I have to say about that though. It's not functional. I do hear that people put it above the changing table, which probably is a good place to put it. We just didn't have any place to put that. Plus the Skip Hop one does come with a little mobile thing, so that's probably why we didn't end up needing one or anything. But yeah, putting it over the crib, it just kind of distracts them. And when you're like trying to go through the transitions and like trying to get your baby to sleep, and it's just confusing, and you're doing naps and wake windows, and like you just don't need any more distraction in that crib than needed. So I would not put a mobile above her crib again. Okay, clothing organizing situations. Organizer bins, yes. Get 2 or 3, absolutely. Still use them to this day. In addition to these drawer dividers that are on sale for Black Friday. side I am seeing. So good. So good. I wish I got 2 packs of these. We have the IKEA dresser, but they are fully adjustable to a ton of different size dressers, and they're awesome. You can move them to how skinny you need the little aisle of clothing for, or whatever. You can make boxes with them. Like, they're just so versatile and so good. Breastfeeding supplies. As someone that did end up exclusively breastfeeding, or even if you end up just breastfeeding for a little bit, or if you know that it's just something you're generally interested in and trying and seeing how it goes, these are the things. These are the things that we use. These are the things that we didn't. Number one, your insurance most likely will give you a pump for free. Take advantage of that. The Spectra, I've heard incredible things about it, and to have something like that on hand for if and when you need it, you can get it for free through your insurance. On the flip side though, the pump that I ended up using the most in a pinch was this manual breast pump. I liked using it better than the electric pump, and I honestly felt it was more efficient and it got more out. The only thing is it's not hands-free or anything, but it's so good. For under $30, it literally worked so well. Highly recommend. Silver nipple covers. I did not experience any chapping, cracking, anything like that. And the only thing that I did was use these straight out the gate in between feedings, starting straight in the hospital. So incredible. I didn't need any nipple butter or anything like that, but I am glad that I had the nipple butter on hand. But I think these were so magical that I didn't end up needing the nipple butter. Haka. Okay. Here's the thing, I didn't use it at all, even as someone exclusively breastfeeding. I didn't do the whole put that on one side while the baby nurses on the other. The configuration just wouldn't have worked for me. Like, she was laying all across me, like that's the position that we ended up liking the best. It wouldn't have worked. There would be a lot of tears over spilled milk if we used it, so it's just something I never ended up using. And the thing is, if you do not the ladybug Haka, but the regular Haka, it's not a milk catcher. It essentially suctions to you, so it is technically a manual breast pump. So it isn't just catching letdown, it's pumping a little bit. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, I didn't end up using it at all. Disposable nursing pads. Put me in eco-friendly jail, I don't care. I would go with the disposable ones 100% all over again. I know that there are good options of ones to do in the laundry, but again, same with the whole changing pad situation. If there was just something else to keep track of, to make sure was always clean, to make sure was always going in the wash, etc., I would have lost my absolute mind. So disposable all the freaking way, and I used those for months. Breast therapy ice packs, so good. Used these multiple times. I love how flexy these are, and they're in the shape of a boob, so you're not, if you need an ice pack at any time, they're not just like a hard ice pack that you're just like putting on your chest. Like, you can put them in your bra, you can put them, just like lay them right over, and I love them. I still bring them on trips today just in case I need an ice pack. You never want to be without. The Boppy pillow, 110%. Yes, we used it from day one. We still use it to this day, and I will use it for my next babies. I love this so much. We went with a baby car mirror versus the like a baby car camera. I think it's personal preference. I didn't love all of the wires or the hookups that the camera seemed to come with. We haven't had any issues with the mirror, and I still use it. Postpartum supplies. Freedom Mom, incredible. Like, just anything they make, I think I loved. Anything they made, I loved so much. The postpartum pad ice packs, incredible. They are a 2-in-1. They act as a pad and an ice pack. They are pricey, but you deserve it. You deserve it. You just pushed out a human being. Get the ice pack. The Freedom Mom upside down peri bottle, absolutely. Absolutely, yes. Tux medicated cooling pads. I think I went through 2 different things of these. Dermaplast, same thing. I think I only went through 1 bottle of Dermaplast, but I got a 2-pack, and I'm happy I did. I think the only other thing that I don't want to forget to mention, and the only reason I didn't forget to mention, is because it's still right here, and it is our Bassinet. These are always sold out because they are so good, but it's a Pop-A-Blick 4-in-1 Bassinet. I didn't use a ton of the extra features that it had, besides being a bassinet that had a side that could be zipped down. But the reason that I loved it so much is because of the size. We literally had her in that up to 6 months with no problem. I just noticed that she was getting probably a little cramped. She didn't seem to mind though, to be honest. But it was amazing. It had breathable sides. She really enjoyed it. It has wheels, so you can kind of wheel it away from the bed and wheel it to the bed, and the size was perfect. She stayed in it a lot longer than she probably would have if we went with a different brand that was slightly smaller. If you have absolutely any questions on things that I touched on or didn't touch on, leave them in the comments below. And again, if you're interested in anything that I did mention, I will leave it linked below. There are so many good sales going on. I remember I picked up a lot of the different things that we still needed during Prime Days or something leading up to her birth, and it saved us like $100 to $200 just by shopping one of the big sale days. So save your coin. Do not pay full price. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. My Instagram is also linked down below in case you want to stay up to date with more real-time updates. I love you all so much, and I will catch you in the next one, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye!